Unit 4, Lesson 19, a job interview. Do you get nervous at job interviews? Some people do get really nervous at job interviews. I don't. I think it's okay. Just a conversation. So we have the interview and we have two people at least. The interviewer is the person who asks the questions, okay? And then you have the interviewee, the person who answers the questions, right? So the interviewer, the person representing the company. And the interviewee usually is the candidate. The candidate. All right, fantastic. So this reading, it's about a job interview between the interviewer and this candidate. And now you are going to pause the video and you are going to read this text completely, okay? You read this text and you are going to check the vocabulary, the new words that you don't know, okay? And after that, we are going to read the text together. We are going to comment and to see the new words, all right? So pause the video now and read the text. All right, now that you have already read the text, let's do it together, okay? Attending a job interview. Attend, the verb to attend means to be present, okay? Attend the party, attend the event. So we attend the party, we attend an event, we attend a workshop, okay? It's similar to be present or to participate, okay? But it is really used attend. Interviewer. Good morning, Mr. Dubois. Thank you for coming today. Good morning. Mr. Dubois, could you tell me about yourself, please? It's a classic question. Huh? Could you tell me about yourself? Of course. My name is Nicolas Dubois. I'm French, from Paris, and I'm 28 years old. Interviewer, what have you done so far in your career? What have you done? What have you done? The things that you have done in the past in your career, where you worked before, the courses you have studied, if you attended an English course, if you studied at the university. Okay, so what have you done? Talking about the things he did in the past. I graduated in computer science in 2010, and I have been in the computer graphics industry ever since. I have lived in many countries such as the UK, Italy, Spain, and Germany. Now I'm here in Los Angeles applying for this job opportunity. Okay, so I graduated in computer science in 2010 or 2010. Doesn't matter, 2010 or 2010. And I have been in the computer graphics industry ever since. So he started in 2010 and he continues until today, okay? I've lived in many countries such as the UK, United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, Italy, Spain, and Germany. Now I'm here in Los Angeles applying for this job opportunity. When you want to candidate yourself for a job opportunity, you say apply for a job opportunity. Okay? Apply for a job. Can you speak any other languages? Sure. Besides French, my mother tongue, I've studied English, Spanish, and German. I really like learning new languages. Besides, do you remember the connectors? The connectors in Unit 1? Besides, in addition to that, okay? Moreover, furthermore. So, besides French, in addition to French, my mother tongue, I've studied English, Spanish, and German. Don't confuse Germany, the country, with German, the language. Okay? Spain is the country. Spanish, the language. Okay? Impressive! What is the most significant challenge you have faced until today? Challenge, a difficulty. Okay? What is the most significant you have faced? Okay? Well, that's a very interesting question. Although I'm young, I suppose I've already had plenty of challenges in my career. Okay? Although, do you remember connector of contrast? Although I'm young, I suppose I've already had plenty of, a lot of, plenty of, a lot of, many, plenty of challenges in my career. I've worked with clients from different parts of the world in different time zones. Time zones is the difference in time. For example, in Brazil today, it is 1 o'clock now, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. In Australia, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. This difference is called time zone. Okay, time zone differences. Which can be pretty complicated sometimes. Pretty complicated. Pretty means beautiful. Beautiful. But pretty also means very. Okay? Pretty complicated, very complicated. Okay? They are synonyms. Did you know that? I've also had to develop different types of software for many kinds of companies, from hospitals and universities to the British Army, for instance. So I have also to develop, to plan, to create. Okay, so to develop, to create different types of software for many kinds of companies, from hospitals and universities to the British Army, for instance. For example. If you want to repeat for example, all of the time, you can say for instance. Okay? But there is no doubt in my mind that the biggest challenge so far in my career was my first job experience. There is no doubt in my mind. It's clear to me. Okay? There is no doubt in my mind that the biggest challenge so far, until now, until today, okay, so far, was my first job experience. My first job experience. I came out of the university completely unprepared, and everything was so new to me. Okay? Unprepared, not prepared. Okay? Have you ever lied on your resume? No, I haven't. Resume. Resume is the same as curriculum. Okay? Resume comes from the French language. Okay? So resume, curriculum. So lie, no. To lie. When you lie, you say something that is not true. Okay? So your nose gets big, like Pinocchio's nose. Huh? That's lie. What about you? Have you ever lied on your resume? Oh my God, a lot of people lie on their resumes, huh? Have you ever been fired for a job? No, I haven't. So when you are fired from a job, you lose your job, okay? If you're fired, you lose your job. You become unemployed. Have you ever had an argument with a boss? An argument, a discussion, okay? With a boss? No, I haven't. What are your strengths and weaknesses? That's a very common question at job interviews. What are your strengths and weaknesses? So strengths, okay? And weaknesses, okay? So strengths, your strengths are your best qualities. Strengths, best qualities. And weaknesses your worst qualities. Okay? I consider my self-motivation and initiative skills to be my greatest strengths. At the same time, I believe I could work on my leadership and my communication skills. Skills, abilities. Okay? Abilities. Okay? So I consider my self-motivation and initiative skills to be my greatest strengths, right? And he could improve, work a little bit on his leadership, okay? If he wants to be a leader, and communication abilities, communication skills. What do you want to do in your career that you haven't done yet? Okay, something that he never did in his career. What do you want to do? I haven't set up my own business yet. I haven't set up my own business yet. Set up. To set up means to start a business, to create a business, to found a business, okay? And a business is a company. So I haven't set up my own business yet. He hasn't started his company yet, okay? I may start my own company and work for myself in 10 or 20 years from now. 20 years from now, okay? So if now it's 2023, he wants to start his own company in 2033 or 2043, okay? But I still have to acquire a lot of experience before. Let's see what tomorrow will bring. I have to acquire, I need to have more, I need to gain more experience, okay? Before. Let's see what tomorrow will bring. So let's see the future. Let's see what will happen. Why should you be hired? Another very common and famous question at job interviews. Why? Why? What's the reason? Why should you be hired? Okay, hired is when you sign a contract with the company, okay? To hire an employee is to sign a contract with an employee, okay? So why should you be hired? Why are you so special? Because I have the skills and experience to be an asset to this company. I have the skills, I have the abilities and the experience to be an asset to this company. Asset in English can be understood as resource, as a tool, okay? It all could be translated as ativo or patrimônio as well, okay? It's something with value, okay? It has value for the company. So he could be an asset, he could bring value for the company. Also, because I believe this company's goals match my goals for my career. Goals, of course, if you're talking about football, okay, it's a goal. But here we're talking about objectives. Okay, so goals are similar to objectives, right? So the company's goals, the objectives of the company match my goals, are similar to, okay? So match means similar. Okay, so the company's objectives are similar to my objectives, to my goals for my career, okay? I'm sure it will be a win-win relationship. Nice expression for you to use, okay? When something is good for both sides, for both parties, it's a win-win relationship, okay? When you're going to negotiate something and it's good for the seller and good for the buyer, it's a win-win relationship. Okay, Mr. Dubois, thank you for coming today. We'll get back to you shortly. Shortly. Soon. Okay? Quickly. Okay, we'll get back to you shortly. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Goodbye. All right? Excellent. What do you think of this job interview? Do you think Mr. Dubois behaved nicely? Do you think he will be hired? What do you think? Do you think he gave good answers to the questions? What about you? Do you think when you attend job interviews, do you give good answers? My tip for you before attending a job interview is to prepare some answers for specific questions. What are your weaknesses and your strengths? Why should you be hired? Why do you want to work for this company? Why did you leave your last company? Okay, so think of these questions and prepare the best possible answers you would like to give. And I'm sure this will help you in your job interview. All right, now you are going to click here on track 7. You are going to listen to this dialogue between the interviewer and Mr. Dubois, and after that you're going to answer these questions about this job interview. All right, and then if you have any questions, you can check answers on page 135. And in the next lesson, I'll see you to talk about the famous present perfect, and you see that's super easy to learn. All right, so I see you soon.